make we talk football small. Let's talk football a
Yeah,
little, a little.
yeah.
You understand? Um, Tomorrow is the Premier League and it's game week 4. A lot of teams are preparing. Teams that already do one or two things. People will get injury after
Exactly.
international break. Teams will believe say they go win bigger teams. They still they you
Yeah.
understand. But we are here to deliberate on one or two things that relates to football. And also, we are going to chip in Chelsea a little. And not only that, we are going to shake the table.
Hmm.
We are going to shake the
You know,
table.
sir, I like when table they shake.
Okay, they like when table they
Yeah, I like
shake
when table
because
they
not be
shake.
only us they shake them.
Sure, no
The
man.
the audience they
Fans,
follow
yeah.
shake them too. But before we dive into that properly, please do it to like, share, and subscribe to this channel because on this channel we give you trending football updates and 100% Chelsea. Yes, but let me start with Chelsea. Chelsea have done a pre-agreement contract with Emanuel
Emega.
Emegha, whatever they call
They
him
sound
for,
as if now I order man.
all the way from Strasbourg.
Yeah.
So he's going to be signing for Chelsea by 2026. It's a welcome development,
Yeah,
no
sure,
matter what.
sure,
It's
sure.
a welcome, is a welcome development. So, do you think Emega is a potential replacement for Nicholas Jackson? He's a center forward, 22 years of age, Netherlands player.
Hmm. I know most people will take this talk back to stats. Say
Mm,
check their stats.
mm,
But yes, aside from the stats, the number of goals and the number of assists each of these players has made,
mm,
the the individual brilliance of each of these players, that's another thing you should know.
mm,
So Emega is also a good player.
mm.
Jackson is a good player.
Okay.
I will not really say Emega is that good replacement of Jackson because he plays for a League One side, and we know the intensity in the League One is
Mm,
quite low than the intensity in the Premier League.
okay.
So I'll wait for him to come. Yes, I'll wait for him to come. I'll wait for Emeka to come and I'll see what he can really do before I say if he's a good replacement of Jackson. But he's a good signing. I think I've watched his highlights once or twice, and I think Emega is a good signing to Chelsea. So, but we should not make any big talk out of it because he's not yet in the Premier League. He
Okay.
is not yet in the Premier League. Yeah.
All right. Let's dive into Man City a little. Man City is going to be playing Manchester United on Sunday. Very crucial game. One game that everybody wants to put their eyes or click their eyes on.
Yeah.
And looking at Man City right now, no Cherki, no Marmoush. Do you think it will play a major role in that game against Man U? Do you think without Marmoush and Cherki, they are good to go?
It will be a very difficult one for Man City because looking at the Manchester United side, I don't know whether Cohen is back, but the Manchester United side is not that weak. We have watched them in like few games and we've seen their capability, even though yes, their technicality most times is still poor. And we know that when it comes to technicality and good bowling strategy, Man City is quite ahead of them. But in the absence of these two creators,
Mm,
this ball carrier, Kodri and Sheki, and also one of the Man City best player, Omar Mamouche. I think it will be quite difficult for Manchester City. They are already a struggling team. Manchester United is way ahead of them, and this is just like, will I say, the survivor of the fittest. Who plays more? Who takes his chances? Win the game. Now, if you want to talk about each of the positioning when it comes to the player from the goalpost, you know, Man City is quite ahead. Man City had more chances of winning this game, but the engine, like the one who does the dating for them, the creator, I think they will lack that sense of creativity in the game.
in the name of Kelvin De Bruyne.
In the end, Kevin De Bruyne is already out of their list, but having Ryan Sheki, at least to some extent, I've watched him. I've seen what he can do, and he's a kind of good finisher and also a kind of good creator. And looking at the like of Omar Mamouche, we see the intensity he came to the Premier League with and how good he has been. So lacking these two players in your team and not even having Ika Gunguran, that could be a good replacement.
Mm.
Guggenheim has gone to
Odegaard.
Galatasaray. So we certainly don't know, but Bernardo Silva can come in, which we know that he is not that in his prime again. Yeah.
All right. Today the player of the month and also the coach of the month was given today. We had Slot being the coach of the month and Jack Grealish being the player of the month. People were like saying Jack Grealish does not deserve the award or he doesn't deserve the award. Do you think they are right or they are wrong?
Before I talk about if Jack Grealish deserves or do not deserve the player of the month, firstly, you must know that the Everton you faced last season is not the Everton you are facing this season. Everton is a core strengthened team now. Having the likes of Jack Grealish and also having Kenyan Dewsbury Hall. Those two players are good players, and I think their chemistry works. Now, looking at Jack Grealish's contribution to Everton, in 3 games he has 4 assists. And that is a very good one. Which, if he continues with this fire, he might possibly
be a major contributor in their season.
Exactly. And also he might be the top assist giver in the Premier League if he continues with the fire. But comparing with the likes of Joao Pedro, who has scored goal, Hugo Ekitike, I think they have good goals and assists than a player who has just given only assists. I think they are not just looking about this player of the month was not just giving.
They are looking about the contribution.
Yes. Beyond your goal, beyond your assist, your personal efforts in the field amongst those players, because each of the players that were nominated for the player of the month, they scored, they gave assist in one way or the other. But beyond your goal and your assist, your personal contribution, which of this player has the highest rating when they play? And Everton is not just like Man City. If it was a club like Manchester City, it would have been a bit difficult for Jack Grealish because he has so many competitors. But this is Everton. Certainly, he will not find anybody to compete with him in that sense. So I think if he continues in the fire, he will do it. For me, I would say he deserves it. He deserves it, yeah. He deserves it.
Okay. Let me tip this in. Yesterday, I don't know whether we really talked about it. Arsenal is going to be facing Nottingham Forest, and the Nottingham Forest they are going to be facing is the Nottingham Forest of the former Tottenham coach, Postogoli. I've been awaiting the column. Do you think he's going to post a go kill? I mean, go loose. I've been awaiting the column.
Or you feel you're calling Ange.
Ang is Ang. You know to come my mind. Avatar.
Don't even know who give that man.
Yeah. Do you think he's going to prove a point against Arsenal this weekend?
Do you know why it's quite funny for me? It's quite funny for me because I think he came at the wrong time, and it will be a very wrong time for him to prove a point. For crying out loud, Arsenal, this game is not just playing Arsenal, but you are playing Arsenal at Emirates Stadium, which is their home ground. And this same Arsenal, they had a very hard time during their last game against Liverpool, which they finally lost 1-0. And you will not expect Arsenal to fold their hands and sit down and allow you come and prove a point because this is your first game as a new coach in Nottingham Forest. For me, I will only say this message to the Nottingham Forest board that, see, Ange playing Arsenal should not be his test because certainly he cannot win Arsenal. He cannot win Arsenal. He will certainly come with a new system. And you will not expect the players to adapt to his system really quick. Yes, even though they are professionals, it might take a game or 2 or 3 for them to adapt. But Arsenal is already used, they're already used to their tiki-taka and their good finishing way of playing. So I don't think he stands a chance to maneuver anything called competition with Arsenal.
Okay.
But if he sees a draw, I think he deserves a kudos for holding Arsenal a draw.
All right. According to Opta is giving Chelsea 7% ahead of the clubs like Real Madrid, Bayern, Inter Milan, name it, Benfica, name it. They are giving them more higher rating to win the Champions League. behind clubs like Liverpool, Arsenal, PSG, Man City, and Barca. That is, they are rating
Yeah,
Chelsea ahead of Madrid and Bayern.
I know, and it's not a lie for me. I think they are being fair because the clubs that were rated ahead of Chelsea, I think they truly deserve to be rated ahead of Chelsea. But let's see it in this concept of Chelsea needs to shock the world. No, you know why?
Chelsea need to shock the world. That what you are trying to say is that you see Chelsea winning the Champions League.
Exactly. Now, the best thing that every other club that has been mentioned in that list can do is to look for a way to make sure that Chelsea is being eliminated in the round of 16. Because anything that makes Chelsea FC step their leg in the quarterfinals and they transcend to the semi-finals, I don't think there's anything you can do to stop them again.
Believe.
Now it's not. I'm not being proud. I'm not like saying because I'm a Chelsea fan. I'm saying it because I've seen the intelligence of the team. We might not have that top-rated players. We might not have that world class, as people say.
Not have that boogeyman.
We might not have the boogeyman. We might not have the tall, the
Huge goalkeeper.
But certainly, we have classic players. People that
plays with intelligence.
Exactly.
Because that's the kind of football Maresca
and
plays.
aside from those people that play with the intelligence, we have the coach that brings out that intelligence from those players. Just a single command. When we study your team tactics, I think you're finished.
So you are saying that whatever they are doing in the Champions League, they should not allow Chelsea to step their foot in the semi-final. Else it is gone.
It is gone. There's no explanation for that.
For like make Chelsea reach the semi-final.
And you know why the thing that they vex me somehow. When we talk this football for outside with our guys, you will hear some rivalry fans saying something like, who not even play for the Club World Cup? Barca been dead there, Liverpool been dead there, Arsenal been dead there, this one been dead there. Una been play Dortmund, una been play Bayern. So I just want us to prove a point because that talk is always annoying in my ear. Like time to time, it's always their excuse. Who been dead there? Liverpool been good there, Arsenal been good there, this one been good there, Barca been good there. Why una? Let me
reserve some. All right, time to shake the table. Time to shake the table. Yesterday table we have been shaken now between Nuno Mendes and Cucurella. Time to shake the table. Looking at the kind of football Maresca and Slots played last season, and looking at their achievement last season and everything, their system and everything, between these two coaches, drop sentiment aside, who do you think is a better coach? Systematically, who is a better coach?
Let me first of all make this. Let me just put this to people's mind. Now, assume that I am not a Chelsea fan, and glory be to God that I am not wearing a Chelsea jersey. I'm wearing an England jersey. I'm a neutral man.
On this level,
I just know football. Now let me talk. Slot has really not done anything to Liverpool.
He won the Premier League last season.
Exactly. And that's kudos to him. Kudos to him. But talking about being analytical with your team, and Slot has really not been analytical. Even a core Liverpool fan will tell you that my coach is not that good. But when it comes to the individual brilliance of my players, I'm good to go. Now, we have watched Liverpool. Sometimes we don't tell like this. Liverpool literally need to play anything.
So what you are saying is that if Slot should be the coach of Chelsea, or Slot should coach these boys, he won't achieve anything.
If Slot should coach Chelsea, I think it would be the same as Posh. Same struggles. Games you're supposed to win, you certainly draw. Because when it comes to players' experience, a club with more experienced player We know that Liverpool is rated ahead of us. They have more experienced player from their defense even to their forward. They have more experienced player than Chelsea. So if a coach like Ancelotti is coming to coach Chelsea, it will be still struggle, just as Poch did. Now, let me give a sip of Maresca. This is when I respected Maresca. Now, I was expecting Maresca to go for highly rated players, top-notch players. You know, players will be say when you hear their name don't they ring. Then good. For where they then be the best. But even as a team, their aim were like, we need young players. But Maresca focused on their aim. He focused on their aim of growing the team with young players. He focused on their aim. He focused on their project. Say, okay, since you need young players, give me the like of João Pedro. Give me the like of Liam Delap. When you're talking about strikers, look at what Liverpool got. You get Ekitike, one of the best in Bundesliga. You got Isak, which I would say he is the best in the Premier League to your team. Now, you cannot compare these two coaches. Now, how Maresca handles his boys, even in an average position, I can give a bet that if it was Ancelotti that played PSG in the finals, he wouldn't have seen a draw in the halftime. With the quality and technicality of the PSG team, he wouldn't have. Because number one, Ancelotti is not a strategic, he's not a tactician, he's not a technical coach.
He's more of a direct coach.
He's more of a direct coach. Exactly. He just gives simple. He already has.
I hope you are not saying this out of sentiment.
I'm not saying this out of sentiment. I've already been saying this, that when he carried the Premier League last season, I said something that more than half of his achievements in the Premier League, more than half of the games he won in the Premier League, all came from individual brilliance and not from his tactics.
All right, but he won Coach of the Month.
Certainly. Who are you expecting to win the Coach of the Month when his team won their 3 straight games that month?
Well, I leave it in the hands of the fans.
Yeah.
Between Maresca and Slot, who do you think is a better coach?
Don't be sentimental.
Don't
be neutral.
Drop sentiment aside and be neutral about it.
I've given my fact about it. I've said 1 or 2.
Drop sentiment points, and be strategic about your comments. Thank you very much, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. My name is Peters.
And my name is Gifto.